Hey guys, my name is Chris and welcome to my channel. In this video I want to show you how you can put together a pretty decent vlogging kit on a budget. Let's quickly run through the things that you'll need and then we'll get close up. Number one is a gimbal. This is the FeiyuTech Vimble 2 and you'll see why I chose this one in the next part of the video. Next is a microphone. This is a Boya BY-MM1 and then an action camera mount for a handlebar, and this one's actually got a little bit of a swivel and you'll see as well why I chose that one. And then some sort of a spacer. This is just a material strap that I'm using, but you could use anything, even cardboard. So I've had to record the audio for this part of the video separately because, as you can see, my microphone is on the table and I don't currently have another one to use, so please bear with me. So let's see what we have. Let's start with the gimbal, and once we get it out of the packaging we can see that it comes in a nice protective casing, which is pretty cool. Inside we find the gimbal and a few accessories. Let's just get the gimbal out and put it aside and take a look here. We've got the tripod for the gimbal. You just screw this on at the bottom. I know I struggled to get this on, but it's really not hard. I think it was just because I was on camera and that made it a bit more difficult. But there we go, I finally got it on and it does stand quite nicely on its own. And here we have a wrist strap, which I don't use, but I think it might be safer, so I'd recommend it. And in here we have charging cables for your phone. At the top here it has a port that you can plug in a charger and charge your phone off the gimbal. It's got a USB Type-C, a micro USB and a lightning connector for Apple. And some information about the gimbal and warranty cards. So let's just put this aside and take a look at the microphone. So here's the mic itself with a windshield, which is quite nice. And we also have a carrying case. We have a cable for your smartphone. We have a mount with a horseshoe adapter at the bottom and a cable for your camera, which is quite nice. You can use it on both your camera and the smartphone. But let's get everything out of the way and get everything attached. So the reason I chose this gimbal is because it actually has a telescopic arm, which no other gimbal at the moment, as far as I know, has, which is quite useful because you can get it a bit further away from yourself or shoot lower down to the ground. And so what we're going to do is just wrap this piece of material around the bottom of the telescopic arm. Yeah, you could even use cardboard if you like. I just had this piece of material and you just wrap it around, make sure it's very tight and as neat as possible, I suppose. Now that that's on there, we can put our handlebar mount on there. Now I actually put this on the wrong way around, which there is really no wrong or right way. I just prefer it the other way. So because I am me, I did take it off and redo it. Okay, now that it's on the right way, just make sure when you are tightening this that it's not too tight, because you don't want to restrict that telescopic arm at all. And then just get it into roughly the right position, take the mount and screw it onto that. And just make sure it's nice and tight. Just be careful, the mount for the microphone is plastic. Then we clip our microphone in, and as you can see the microphone is now pointing at me, which is quite nice. And the reason I chose this is because you can actually turn it around depending on what you're shooting. which is very useful. Now you got the cable for the smartphone, just plug it in to the microphone and it reaches all the way to the top with some slack so it doesn't restrict the movement of the gimbal. And you can pack it up quite neatly, as you can see, and it still reaches. The only downside I find with this setup is even without the tripod on it, it doesn't fit in the case, obviously. Let's just get in there right away. And as you can see, because of that little extension there, it won't go into the case. But I don't use the case anyway. I'll probably only use it for traveling, so it's not a problem for me. But that's it. So you just clip it in there and you're ready to go. Now I'm going to add some footage, test footage to this video after this, so you can see what it's like in the field. Okay, here we are in the field, and it's actually quite windy, so you might be able to hear that through the mic. I'm not going to try edit it out because I want you to get a real feel for the microphone. I'm going to walk down some stairs and you'll be able to see how stable the footage is. It's just a little bit scary walking down when you can't see. So there's another bit of stairs, and I'm not trying to stabilize it with my arm at all, so it is pretty stable. Let's just try to extend this telescopic arm, make it a bit more comfortable, and you can also do that while you're filming, which is quite convenient. So the footage seems pretty stable, and I'm also going to get some shots low down and maybe a bit high up, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to get some shots quite close to the ground, and there is one problem I have with this, which is in the pros and cons list, but that's that the motors never turn, well, they can't turn 360 degrees, so it is a bit difficult when you want to get shots closer to the ground, because the motor will sort of reset the camera, which I'll show you now. So there we have it, that's the low down shot, and as you can see, as soon as I went at a too steep of an angle, the camera sort of flipped back, and then I had to reset, and then it would go back to its position. But I don't find that as too much of a problem, but if you do want to do some cinematic shots, then it will be a bit of an issue for you. So that's it for this video. I hope it helped you, and if you have some other sort of setup, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye!